On the 21st of August 2023, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu formally assembled a team of technocrats to support him drive the renewed hope agenda of his administration. In the team were Engineer Professor Joseph Telumun Utev, a professor of water resources engineering, who was named Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, alongside Barrister Bello Goronyo, a renowned lawyer and former Deputy Speaker of Sokoto State House of Assembly as Minister of State.
Nigerians expect that you will serve with integrity, dignity, and deliver. I will hold you to that standard. We all promise Nigerians. Your assignment began immediately. Minister of Federal Republic you are, not Minister of a region or Minister of a particular state.
The two were welcomed with excitement by staff of the ministry, who trooped out in their numbers to welcome the new ministers. The honorable ministers officially assumed their roles on Monday, 21st August 2023, subsequent to their inauguration by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. First, Engineer Professor Utev and Honorable Goronyo held a meeting with management and entire staff, during which they clearly and concisely articulated the vision and mission of President Tinubu in the water and sanitation sector.
We are all aware of the blueprints of Mr. President, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the water and sanitation sector, and will work assiduously to achieve that. See how good water is provided and the country is sanitized for effective delivery.
During the welcome reception held in the ministry's conference room, Engineer Professor Utev expressed gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for entrusting him with the opportunity to serve Nigeria in this capacity.
Let me first of all appreciate Almighty God, who out of our shortcomings allow us to see this. On a special note, I, on behalf of my brother and friend, the Honorable Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation, Honorable Bello Goronyo, the Permanent Secretary, Directors, Heads, and Chief Executives of parastatals, ex-ministerial departments, agencies, as well as staff. Let's appreciate the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the opportunity extended to us to serve this great country at this critical point period of our nation, Nigeria.
He acknowledged the dedication, resourcefulness, and contributions of the ministry staff and its agencies. He emphasized his commitment to ethical values, a conducive work environment, and an open-door policy to encourage teamwork, regular interactions, and collaboration among staff and stakeholders.
We assure you of our commitment to critical values, creation of a conducive environment for efficient and effective service delivery. To this end, we are committed to an open-door policy to encourage team-based initiatives, regular interactions with the management and staff, as well as other critical partners in the days ahead.
Engineer Professor Utev also expressed commitment to prioritizing staff trainings, promotions, and provision of necessary tools and equipment to enhance service delivery. He urged all staff to reciprocate these efforts with renewed dedication to their official duties and responsibilities.
We are aware of some of the challenges which may have impaired the productivity of staff. Consequently, efforts shall be made to address them accordingly. Challenges like staff trainings, promotions, provision of essential working tools, facilities, and other priorities that will be made available for staff and offices for them to function very well. We expect our hard-working staff to reciprocate this gesture with renewed commitment to duty by prompt handling of official correspondence and assignments.
The Honorable Minister shared plans for an early tour of ongoing projects and programs to better understand their impact and contribution to the nation. He extended appreciation to the federal government for its support to the ministry over the years.
We shall make an earlier tour of facilities, ongoing projects and programs. This we hope shall give us a guide and better understanding of the present situation and way forward. We shall welcome good initiatives and ideas aimed at making the much desired contributions to our dear nation.
In his remarks, the Honorable Minister of State, Bello Mohammed Goronyo Esquire, expressed gratitude to the ministry's management and staff. He assured everyone of their readiness to utilize their wealth of experience and expertise to drive the execution of policies and programs for the accelerated development of water and sanitation in Nigeria. They thereafter received briefings from all the departments and agencies of the ministry.
We're indeed very happy to be posted this all-important ministry to contribute our quota to the development of our dear country, Nigeria. Inshallah, by the special grace of God, myself and my brother, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, us together to show that we bring our wealth of experience to bear in formulating policies and programs with accelerated and rapid development of water and sanitation in Nigeria.
They also summoned managing directors of the 12 river basin development authorities in the country and gave them a marching order to put all the lands in their care to irrigation farming immediately to ensure food security in the country.
I am calling on state governments, one, appealing to them to avail irrigable lands to our 12 river basins for irrigation purposes. I'm also calling on state governments to also venture into irrigation facilities, creation of irrigation facilities, and also encouraging the state's inhabitants also to invest in irrigation farming. This is the only way that food production will be boosted in Nigeria, and that can also revive the economy of Nigeria as it creates jobs for the teeming population of Nigeria. So we are not relenting. All hands must be on deck to see that the emergency that has been placed on food production must be achieved.
To match their words with action, the ministers embarked on familiarization tours of the river basins. They met with development partners and immediately after embarked on a nationwide familiarization visit to the 12 river basins in the country for on-the-spot assessment of their projects and programs and the challenges confronting them. In Ilorin, Kwara State, the Honorable Minister, Engineer Professor Utev, commissioned motorized boreholes at the University of Ilorin and police headquarters.
Donated by the federal government to the University of Ilorin and supply of water for students and staff of this institution. So we are here commissioning it in line with Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Renewed Hope Agenda for provision of potable water and sanitation for the people of Nigeria, and also food security. Food security is very important, and water is key in driving the food production of the nation. And we are calling upon the university community to safeguard it, to maintain it, and keep it to good use for the good of the university community. Thank you.
He unveiled the newly procured Apache 5 CHC meant for hydrological survey of water bodies. He inspected the ongoing desilting of Ruwan Kanya Reservoir Outlet and Seed Processing Center, Kadawa in Kano, being executed by Hadeja Jama'are River Basin Development Authority.
This dam is actually constructed for multiple purposes. One is for the irrigation purpose, the other one is for control of flooding, then for energy generation, that is hydropower. And we are saying the purpose of this dam, as I just mentioned, is to supply water to the farmers for their irrigation purposes, and also for the commercial farmers that are interested in doing business with the government. The partners will come to us, and then they will register, and we give them the license to tap the water from the dam and also use it for their own irrigation purposes. And the purpose for this is to boost agric production, to boost food production. So this is what the dam is actually meant for.
In the same vein, the Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Bello Mohammed Goronyo Esquire, began his familiarization tour with the Chad Basin Development Authority, where he inspected the collapsed Alau Dam, originally intended to provide irrigation farmland for Jere residents. It later became essential for supplying water to the growing population of Maiduguri due to increased demand. The dam has a reservoir capacity of 112 million cubic meters. The procurement processes to assess the impact and rehabilitate the dam are currently underway. He also visited the National Institute of Water Resources, Kaduna. Goronyo expressed his appreciation for the level of developmental projects embarked upon by the National Water Resources Institute, Kaduna. In the last few years, despite the meager budgetary allocation available at the disposal of the institute. He inspected the NWRI Library, Water Quality Laboratory, Suleiman Adamu Hydraulic Center, Songhai Model Farm Hydroponic Center, Electromechanic Workshop, Ground Museum, Dr. Musa W. Ibrahim Lecture Theatre, 100-seater, and the 50-bedroom students' apartment, respectively. In Ogun State, Engineer Professor Utev addressed concerns regarding annual flooding in parts of Ogun and Lagos, offering a comprehensive perspective on the matter and outlining the ongoing efforts of the federal government to alleviate these challenges. During his visit to the Ogun-Osun River Basin, he noted that the Onyan Dam, boasting a significant of 270 million cubic meters capacity reservoir, remains in excellent condition and should not be held accountable for recent flooding incidents.
The flooding that is taking place within a year is as a result of the attributes that comes from other parts of the state and other human activities that are ongoing, that are causing them. As we are passing from Lagos to this particular place, we saw where a lot of people have built on the waterways. This is what we are going to address with the governor of Ogun and Lagos State, that those structures has to be removed. They has to be removed so that this issue of perennial flooding that is occurring in this particular area will be bring to the barest minimum. The misconception that the dam is causing, the opening of the dam is causing the flooding is not correct. In other ways, the dam is actually helping in controlling the flooding that is taking place here. So as we are going around, we are going to see how we control, we talk with the stakeholders, discuss with the communities that they should remove all structures that are on the waterways. And we also advise the citizens to stop dumping of refuge in the drainage channels, because sometimes are one of the ways that are causing flooding. We are working on documents to start to see how we can control flooding around the whole country.
He commissioned the road project leading to the headquarters of the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority in Edo State.
We are here to commission this road. So in the name of Jesus, we are commissioning this road for the good of the people and staff of Benin-Owena and the community that's living within this area, to help them transport the goods that will come out of this area, and the working condition of the staff to make access possible and very hospitable for them. That's we commission. Amen.
He also flagged off the nationwide dry season farming at the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority and directed the 12 river basins in the country to commence dry season farming immediately.
In line with Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's charge to the ministry that 500,000 hectares of irrigable land should be put into cultivation for the production of food to feed the nation. We are here to flag up the 2023 dry season farming. And we are here at Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority with the flag up. I want to use this platform to call on all the 12 river basins under my ministry to commence the dry season, the 2023 dry season farming around the country, as this will boost food production in line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu renewed hope agenda.
In Niger State, Professor Utev also officially opened the Rafin-Yashi Dam Road, inspected the agro-tourism facility, concrete reservoir and Songhai Integrated Farm, and also presented certificates to the graduates of the Upper Niger River Basin Development Authority Empowerment Center.
It's one of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 8-point agenda hinged on job creation. The other one is poverty alleviation. And this is just what the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation is doing around the country through the river basins and other agencies under our pay. Today I'm very, very happy when I see that young men and women will be graduated, and as they are trained, we go and earn a living. So I want to let people know that what you have given today is not a job. It's something that you need to put into practice. This certificate that we are giving you, the starter pack that we are giving you today, is not for you to go at home and carry your CVs in your envelope looking for other jobs. If you put this into practice, what you are going to get from this is going to be more than you are going to be employed by somebody else. You are going to be an employer, not an employee, if you put the training that you have gained into practice. So once again, I want to congratulate you all for this training and what you are going to collect today, and the graduation is going to be later.
While at the Anambra Imo River Basin Development Authority, Owerri, Professor Utev inspected the gigantic water factory that produces quality water for the people of Imo, the oil mill, poultry farm, Songhai Integrated Farm and performed a symbolic planting of palm trees, charging them to scale up production, especially in their areas of comparative advantage, such as the palm plantation, cultivation of tubers and vegetables to actualize the targets set for the river basins in the country.
In order to actualize President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and the declaration of the agency of food security, my ministry shall pay greater attention to the expansion of irrigation development, while reactivating existing vulnerable schemes across the country, and therefore challenge the management and staff of the authority to ensure effective operation and maintenance of the existing schemes and infrastructure for sustainable use and service in reach the purpose.
At the CRBDA, the Honorable Minister of State commissioned the Songhai Model Integrated Farms, which consist of a poultry, crop section, mushrooms, fishery, and general animal husbandry sections, as well as a 2 kilometers road network in the headquarters of the CRBDA.
I'm highly delighted to be here in this Songhai Model Farm, which is part of our vision for the Cross River Basin Development Authority. As you can see, there are a number of components of Songhai Integrated Farming Model that has been institutionalized here. People are coming to IT, which by extension is employment generation, but teaming unemployed youth, which is in line with the Mr. President agenda, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR.
During his visit to Niger Delta River Basin Development Authority, the Honorable Minister of State urged the management of the NDBDA to collaborate with relevant stakeholders to accelerate the actualization of Mr. President's agenda to take Nigeria out of hunger and poverty, and also encourage the staff to be hardworking in embracing this call to action. The Honorable Minister of State also inspected the Bubayero Gully Flood and Erosion Control Project constructed by the UBRBDA along with the Dadinkowa Dam Power Plant and 2,100 hectares of land which is currently being developed by the Transforming Irrigation Management in Nigeria, trimming, to boost food production in the country, aligning with the renewed hope and food security agenda of Mr. President. During his visit to Sokoto-Rima River Basin Development, the Honorable Minister of State and entourage visited and inspected the 15-year-old Shagari Dam with a 70% completion level and yet to be completed water treatment plant for the drip irrigation pilot scheme in Shagi, Agere Town, Sokoto State. The team also visited Goronyo Dam, where the inspection covered the control room, arc gate control cabinet, major spillway, gantry crane, mini spillway and cross regulator, all of which play a crucial role in regulating the major irrigation canal in Goronyo local government area. The Honorable Minister of State also visited and inspected the Bakolori Dam with a reservoir of about 400 million cubic meters of water, along with the SRRBDA Bakolori Irrigation Project managed by Trimming in Talata Mafara, Zamfara State. He also inaugurated the Songhai Model Integrated Farm in Maradon Local Government Area, Zamfara State, one of the catchment areas of the SRRBDA. The farm includes sections dedicated to poultry, fishery, goats, and rams. Furthermore, the Honorable Minister of State inaugurated the SRR-BDA Songhai Model Integrated Farm in Saka Village, Chinaka District of Goronyo Local Government Area. This farm includes sections dedicated to poultry, fishery, goat rearing, and greenhouse seedlings. During the tours, the honorable ministers announced plans to continue with partial commercialization of the river basins to make them viable by leveraging on private sector funds to build more infrastructure, took the message to the government houses as well as traditional rulers.
The federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration gave a charge to the ministry under the 12 river basin development authorities to put 500,000 hectares of irrigable land in cultivation to produce more foods to feed the nation. Against this backdrop, I have flagged up the 2023 dry season farming through irrigation at the Awayato headquarters of Penny Owena River Basin Development Authority yesterday. All the 12 river basins commence dry season cultivation nationwide. However, in order to meet our target, we need more land from the states and communities to expand irrigation coverage. Therefore, I want to use this opportunity to request Excellency to graciously provide us more agricultural lands in the states.
The tour of the river basins was concluded by the Honorable Minister with a tour of Lower Benue River Basin Development Authority, Benue State, where the Honorable Minister commissioned the Lesol Dam and flagged off the Gajer Abunde farming activity in Ushongo local government area. He also commissioned the Soil and GIS Laboratories, inspected the rice mill, Songhai Farms, issued certificates and starter packs to the 5th batch of GYEP graduates, witnessed the induction of new entrants into the GYEP at the LBRBDA headquarters in Makurdi, and distributed water pumps to representatives of Mbako community and farmers of Lower Benue Makurdi farms for granting 1,500 hectares of irrigable land to the federal government for crop cultivation.
The Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation is out now to work. So if the 500,000 hectares of land is available to us here in Benue alone, we'll be glad. I will utilize it. We have put the machineries in place to make sure that there is no excuse that we're going to give rather than boosting agriculture in this country. We have gone into partial commercialization of the 12 river basins. We are inviting investors to come in and partner with us.
Professor Utav disclosed the inauguration of the 3 new programs under his administration, which include Water for Expanded Irrigated Agriculture Program, Partnership for Expanded Irrigation Program, and River Basin Strategy for Poverty Alleviation, aimed to revolutionize Nigeria's irrigated agricultural landscape, boost food security, create jobs, and enhance economic growth.